Hi everyone, it's Leslie here from Elegant Edges, and I've been sharing some cards recently, little accordion fold cards like this one. That I've made using the framed Florets stamps, and there we are, the stamps, and the accompanying dies from StampinUp. So I'm really getting quite hooked on these at the moment. They're so easy to use. And for a little while, until January the 4th, you can also get matching paper that goes with them. And that's absolutely delightful. And that's what I've been using. And it's all occasion. There's some Christmas paper, there's some pretty florals. So I've made 2 Christmas cards, and today I'm going to go for a birthday card. Okay, same design. And I actually got the fold from a US demonstrator called Peggy Noe. So thank you, Peggy, because it's been absolutely brilliant. So we start off. I've changed the dimension slightly because I'm in the UK and we have A4 paper. So basically I've cut my A4 sheet down the middle at 4 1/4 or 10.5 centimetres. But I've done this one in inches. I'll try and give you some centimetre symmetric measurements along the way. And with my trimmer and scorer, I've scored down here at 2.5 inches, at 3 3/4, at 6 3/4, and at 8 1/4. So I think that's about 6.9, 9.5, 14.1, and 21. Okay, and so we are just going to fold that into an accordion shape, nice and easy. And as I fold it, I'm just trying to make sure that my edges all line up. And you can see I've been very busy here. I've been actually die cutting various bits and pieces from cardstock using these lovely dies. Look at this lovely sort of floral branch. So I do like my trimmer, it's really accurate. When I used a scoreboard, I used to have to tweak them quite a bit, but I found that since I got the StampinUp trimmer and scorer that it just seems to work. Okay, so that's my basic fold. Not so fancy, just a very simple little accordion. Now to go on top, I've chosen these papers and I've picked my colours out from here, and you can see in the leaves I've got evergreen. I can't remember as soon as I get on camera I forget the words. Anyway, the evergreen, and that's how I've picked the base. And then the next colour here, I've got balmy blue. I love that colour. Okay. And I've also picked out some of this gorgeous pink, which is, let me have a look because I'm going to get it wrong. Polished pink. Evening evergreen, that's what it was. Okay. So I've got 2 panels here that are exactly the same size. So it's 4 inches across and 3 7/8 down. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to stick that onto this front piece here, and to make sure that I don't go over the edges, I'm actually putting glue on this front panel. Okay, I could have used my seal, but my wet glue is handy and I really like that. And that as I'm popping it on, I'm lining it up top and bottom, side to side, trying to get, if you can see, trying to get it in the middle there so that when it's closed everything sort of looks nice and square. There we go. So that's the first panel from the front. I'm going to open it up and I can do the same with this panel here. Now this particular paper is the actual reverse of that beautiful floral paper. I couldn't decide which one to use, and I thought, oh, I don't really have to choose. I can use both. Make sure I've got enough glue. And again, there's my fold. So I'm just lining it up. A little wriggle. Needs to go over a little bit. Let's just move it a fraction. Down a little bit. Oh, that's better. Okay. So it's lining up pretty well. Okay. And then on this back panel, okay, so this piece of balmy blue that I've embossed with the lovely time-worn type embossing folder. I love it. You can just have a hint of some type there and it just gives it that lovely texture. So this one I'm just going to pop on the last panel, just check, yes, all right for size. There we are. There we are, pop that there. Line it up, top to bottom, side to side. Try and get the bits all in a line. Up a fraction. There we are. So that's our basic card. As you can see, it's got lovely dimension. Now we're just going to decorate it. I'm going to start at the back. So on this back panel, I've cut some of the lovely frames. Let me show them to you. I pop them all in the same folder as the stamps, then I keep everything together. So this particular die with a lovely sort of edge, cuts a frame, and the waist from the middle comes out separate. So I've cut it twice, once in balmy blue and once in white. So the white is going to go here, and that gives me somewhere to write. And I'm just going to try and pop that roughly in the centre, just by eye. Could be over a little bit more. There we go. And then on the front panel, I'm going to jump to the front. I'm going to put my blue frame. And I did another white frame and I've stamped on that "Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday." And that comes from this same set, "Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday." I've also stamped the two sizes of flowers and I've coloured those with the same pink, which is polished pink, okay, with my Stampin' Blends. And this I've die cut that from one of the sheets of paper. And you can see there are so many flowers here, some die cut and some you can fussy cut, but they're all usable. So you get two of each sheet, and I actually cut a whole sheet up ready into little bits ready to use. Okay, so let's put that to one side. Here's my frame. So before I've done it that way round, but because I stamped my greeting this way, I thought I'd have a change, and I do it sort of landscape. So I'm going to put just a little bit of Tombow around the edge. That's why I've got it in this special very fine nozzle. And then we're going to have a go at just getting it in the centre. that looks pretty good to me. Now I'm not lifting it. I could have put dimensionals behind here, but it's actually quite thick, and I've got an eye on the post because post is getting quite expensive in the UK. So there's my lovely sentiment, wishes for a beautiful birthday. I think that's gorgeous. So I think I'm going to have some of these little flowers, and then I've die cut some leaves in gold. How am I going to do these? Now I did trim one of these lovely sort of sprays, so that would be quite big, so I cut the end off it, and I thought maybe that would look quite nice like that. Let's just get those lined up. And it doesn't actually have to be. No, I think it looks nice different. So let's find my snips. What I'm going to do is just trim off some of the stalk. I don't think I need all of that. Tiny bit of Tombow down the edge here. Now, where are my dimensionals? Hidden. I've hidden them. That wasn't clever, was it? Oh, found one. There we go. Little mini one on the back. Twist it till I think it looks good. Okay, yep. Same over this side. I'm going to try and line them up a little bit. Just using that script text across the middle. And I'm just going to pop that underneath. Another one here. Trim the stalk off a little. Pop that underneath. There, I think that looks really nice for the front. So in this middle one, the flowers that I die cut, I'm just going to put these flat as they're in the middle. They don't need a dimension. And they make quite a nice corner motif. And then on this one, I'm going to have a larger flower. That can go there. Could do with another one. On the floor. There we are. Little bit of blue. Whoops. maybe that looks better. Yeah, made it into a corner better. So last time I put a little knot here of ribbon. This time I put the die cut flowers. It folds really nicely to fit into a standard A6 envelope in the UK. I like it the way, because it all lines up along this edge. Stands up really well. There we are. So a lovely birthday card, wishes for a beautiful birthday. I think that's really nice, and I love the dark paper as a contrast against the lighter one in the front. So there we are, lovely little accordion fold. I popped some rhinestones in the centre of the flowers. Stands up really nicely. So there'll be some photos on my blog, www.elegantedges.co.uk. Now I'm trying to promote my new Stampin' Up store and to get a little bit of interest. So if you would like to subscribe and follow me, that would be really lovely, and I'd appreciate it. If you'd make a purchase from my online store, I will happily send you a PDF by email of all the sizes to make the card in UK and metric, so inches and centimetres, if that helps. But obviously I've given them to you here, but if you like, some people like it in writing, I'd really appreciate a little purchase, and just as a thank you I'll send you that PDF to your email. So thanks ever so much. Thanks for watching today. Bye bye then.